Today's beloved magazine article is titled, Where Shame Knocked, Grace Stayed, A Legacy of Yes. Written by Markierra White, read by Tia Lewis. December 7th, 1:42 p.m. A date and moment forever time-stamped on the mental and emotional fibers of who I am. My life changed in an instant. A new identity was created through the awakening of my womb. Your arrival felt like a forced entry, uninvited and sudden. There you were, an unexpected guest, turning my body into a home before my heart had time to prepare. Your arrival exposed my weak spots. It revealed my struggles, my wrestle with holiness, and my inability to wait. You were my biggest secret revealed. I didn't know whether to resist you or learn how to make space for you. I knew the space you required would invade all that I am and ask more of me than I knew how to give. But apart from the knowing of your arrival, the next uninvited guest was shame. Entering the scene audaciously and boisterously, it reminded me of my unmarried status. It whispered, "You don't have to continue this story." It suggested I make you disappear before you arrived. That option terrified me and tempted me because I wasn't ready. Being ready was a posture I was so accustomed to, but this was different. This wasn't something I could study, plan, or perfect my way through. For the first time, readiness felt like a language I no longer knew how to speak. By God's grace, conviction and faith entered softly, not like shame. They weren't loud, urgent, or accusing. Instead, they were steady, like a hand on my shoulder that refused to let me run. They anchored me, called me by name, and whispered to trust God with both you and me. They reminded me that this life, this quiet breath forming in the dark, was never mine to silence or erase. In the sacred stillness, my mind traveled back in time and I saw her, my birth mother, at 12 years old. Too young to bear what had been placed in her hands, she stood face to face with a question that should have never known her name. And still she answered, not with ease or without fear, but with a courage far beyond her years. She chose life. She chose not to abort the quiet miracle beating beneath her heart. She knew she might never hear the first word or witness the first step. She would never be the one called Mama in the way she imagined. She chose to love in a way that lets go, to share a title most hold tightly. She loosened her grip on the most precious thing she would ever carry. With trembling hands and a breaking heart, she placed her gift into the arms of another, trusting that love, real love, sometimes looks like release. I was reminded of my adoption story and met with my 12-year-old mother's courage to choose life. In her decision, I recognized the very strength I now needed to borrow. Her story was no longer just my beginning, it became my guide. I realized then that I wasn't so different from her after all. Your unexpected arrival has gifted me this revelation and the grace to forgive. Somewhere between revelation and surrender, you begin to feel less like an intrusion and more like an invitation. One I am learning daily to accept. In this acceptance, my resistance softens. What I once viewed as an interruption now reveals itself as a deeper intention, something only God could have authored, and something I am now willing to trust. Slowly, I began whispering, yes, in the quiet places of my heart. Not a perfect or fearless yes, but a surrendered one. A yes rooted in faith that even here, God is present. He is guiding what I cannot yet perceive, shaping both you and me in ways I recognize as grace. Each day of choosing surrender, grief, and loss transforms into a calling. I embrace motherhood, not as a role I feel prepared for, but as a sacred journey that shapes me. I trust that if God allowed this story to begin, He will also give me everything I need to live it well. He will carry me through every moment I think I cannot survive or love. I vow to cherish every moment, to grow in love where fear once lived, and to meet the challenge of motherhood with a heart that continues to soften as I learn. To you, my unborn son, before I ever held you, I love you. I choose you. I fought for you. I treasure you. I surrendered my yes for you. I am already yours, and you are mine. And for this, I give God the glory.